Don Arnold's making me laugh. Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today, it's ironic because it's somebody that I'm still actually getting to know. They've been with us many months and are a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They happen to be a member here and have been since probably their first day in the chat. And but I'm still getting to know the channel. They make occasional appearances here. I just went through a couple of pieces of content, but what I'm going to do is take one of their latest videos and put this into a special playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. I call it my catch-up list, and playlists can be a great tool for that kind of thing. They let us know they're going to bring us travel vlogs, tips, and some entertainment, and we get more information on their about section as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten now into 6,300, 7,700 on one of these, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. They've got a couple of these ready to go, and I caught them a few weeks ago. Hopefully I'll catch them again soon. We always set notifications for everything we see, like premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel, and that's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. So I hope everybody will connect to TB's Life, and like I said, they've been with us many months now. They're working on their 1,100 subscribers, and they're halfway there, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone today. And then we've got some action in the chat already. Tim Mitchell, thank you for coming in. That's a fairly new channel. They're working on their first 100 subscribers, but they just grabbed a membership, so I put them right onto our wheel. Members and moderators are always added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and then we will get to spinning that wheel shortly. Yes, Michelle Crochets, part of me, just gifted a membership as well, and we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we usually do. Yes, Michelle Crochets has done that kind of thing before. I've been lucky. I've been catching quite a bit of her content. So we'll have a look at her content in a quick second here. And Braylon Lee will be happy to have that membership, I'm sure. We've got quite a few names on the wheel. Scratch and PPA, Michael's Adventures, Canadian Family Life, along with Just Jason Keto and more, are all beloved and dedicated moderators here. Crafty Witch 232 and Mel Runs Things were early in the door. Home Bartending with John is a silver member, which means we see his channel every single day at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. whether or not he's here, even though he's here for every stream. And then Canadian Family Life is also gifting a membership, so thank you for that. I'm going to put their channel in the queue. We'll get ready to look at them right after. Yes, Michelle Crochets. Like I said, we always look at Super Chatters and membership gifters as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get to spinning the wheel afterwards. We've got quite a busy beginning, so thank you, everybody. It didn't look like it was going to be that way. We just never know after all these years. You know, it's almost been 5 years for Tuber Chat, and we still never know how those 30-minute notifications are going to work. And then when we look at the chat, I know Living Large with L Crew is really getting close to their 4,000, they said. I swapped playlists with them 2 weeks ago, I think it was, 2-3 weeks ago. And they got a lot of content, and I'm sure you'll be happy to see it. They're a shuffle dancing master, which I still can't get over. I didn't realize that in all this time until I ran their playlist. But they will be happy to swap. Anybody's free to do that. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, Tim Mitchell, but I'll have a look. I'll have to see in the background what that is. And then part of me. It takes a second for me to get caught up with the chat there. And then when we look at the chat, I know we got quite a few channels here. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft, good to see you again. Caldy might be brand new in the chat, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. Our instructions are always in our video description for anybody that is brand new. Consume the Goodness is here. Don Arnold, he making me laugh in the chat. Canadian Life is the bestest, yes. Ghost Boy Gaming is the Bullock Experience with a gaming channel. Joey's Vlogs is in the house. I believe we've seen them a couple of times before. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. Leonica is here. New Horizons Above and Beyond is in the house. Z's Gaming and Home Theater channel. Good to see you here as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I got Mel Runs Things on the wheel. Create and Relate is already there. I think we're good to go. I certainly don't mean to mess anybody in the chat. Of course, Leonica's dropping a super chat. We're going to look at her channel. Pardon me, right after Canadian Family Life. And and then yeah, the only thing we want to make sure is not to spam and be repetitive. What will happen here is friendships are made between creators, and then they will be there on your channel to see all of what you come up with, even if it's not your own content. If you're putting community posts out for somebody else sharing, that's a huge help for everybody. I can tell you right now, it's the #1 thing that I'm thanked for on YouTube. So that's a bit of a hint there. But everybody, after they've connected with you, will be there for the things you want to talk about and promote in your content and everything else. Elfish Tanks is in the house. Forgive me, I missed, I'm not sure if it was a live stream. I wrote a note. I made sure I had Siri on the case as well, but I just must not have been by the computer. I forget if it was on Saturday. I forget what day it was, and I missed your, must have been a live stream, so please forgive me for that. I try to be there for everybody as much as I can. If you have a special occasion, just please let me know. And then Consume the Goodness, forgive me, Scratching PPA's catching the mistakes that I make because I get so far behind. CGU Cinematic Gaming Universe is in the house. Let me go back and see if I can catch that. Consume the Goodness gifted a membership right before Canadian Family Life, so we'll slide their channel, or sorry, right after Canadian Family Life, so we'll slide their channel into the queue. We'll get them ready to go. And then, my goodness, forgive me everyone, I'm somewhat overwhelmed. I really didn't think we were going to be this busy right at the beginning, just because it was a quiet start. And boy, did those last minute notifications, they must have gone out. Your birthday is Friday. Yes, Michelle Crochets. We won't be streaming that day. I'm expecting to stream on Saturday, but hopefully everybody will wish you a birthday and a happy birthday in advance for today. And then Create and Relate went live for the first time this week. I wish I caught that. I try to be there for everybody for special occasions and things like that, like I said. And anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time. And I'm happy to catch whatever I can. Pixie Dust Traveler, good to see you in the house. Mr. Smith has been added to the wheel. I saw the video from them the other day. I can't figure out whether they're a musical artist or not, but this is what comes with watching a lot of content from creators over weeks and months and eventually years. We get to know each other's channels and things like that. Yeah, Scratch and PA does a great job. He put a really interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching on his channel, and I hadn't seen anything like that before either, but Scratch and PPA was here as PA before he started his content, I believe, if that makes any sense. It's 4.5 years ago now. And then thank you, Consume the Goodness. Yeah, Consume the Goodness is busy. She's doing things all the time. She live streamed yesterday. M&T Living It is in the house. They did a live stream yesterday as well. They were one of the winners of our episode 800 giveaway a few weeks ago. And I was really late sending the packages out, but they did get it, and they opened it on the live stream, which was cool yesterday. So if anybody wanted to see that, I would encourage it. And then thank you for that, because I really do appreciate all the focus. And my dear friend Hilda DC is here, one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my now almost 8 years on YouTube. On April 1st, I think I can call it 8 years. And then, my dear goodness, Joe Hupp is in the house. Good to see you here. Another supporter that I see out in other people's chats and streams and premieres all the time. When we look at Yes Michelle Crochets, they gifted a membership. We got a few of those right now, and I know I mentioned it a couple of times already, but we always put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. And then we'll get around to spinning our wheel shortly. So Yes Michelle Crochets is officially on the road to 1K, and we always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. So since they've passed 900 and pretty much got it locked in at 906 right now, they're officially on the road to 1K. We know it's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's journey, YouTube journey. So hopefully everybody will connect with Yes Michelle Crochets if you haven't already. They've been with us a few months now. They're here for just about every stream. They're monetized already. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They got some shorts on the channel getting into 100 and almost 300 views on one of them, which is great. And then live streams on the channel as well. They've already got some members only content here, which is great to see. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. Yeah, it's been already a month since I caught you for a live stream. And then Yes Michelle Crochets has got some information on their about section talking about the different types of things we're going to find, including inspiration and motivation, along with the crocheting we expect to see. Darcia White, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I see them out supporting often. And let's look at our next channel. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then thank you again, Yes Michelle Crochets and Canadian Family Life, for those gifted memberships. I certainly do appreciate that extra generous support. I know our recipients are always happy to have them here. And then Canadian Family Life up on the screen right now comes from New Brunswick, and they will bring us homesteading content. They do a lot of food bank grocery hauls. They do some product reviews. This was really cool, actually. They did this video about preparedness, which a lot of our homesteading friends will do, but they showed us a couple of really cool things in there, like a multi-tool with a hammer I don't know if I've seen that before. Looks pretty destructive, so I enjoy that. But they also do a lot of cooking videos, sometimes even challenges between husband and wife. He's got his own channel, Chris's Creation Fun. He works on these solar panels and container garden that you see throughout the channel, and he does some 3D printing as well. Canadian Family Life's got the family coming in and out of all kinds of their videos and their streams and everything else. They will do some Happy Meal video shout outs for other creators. And then they've got some shorts here. One of the winter weather ones has got them quite a few views here. They've got a couple at 2,600, 2,800, and one at 5,600 views. They're monetized, of course. This is actually one of the fastest growing channels that we've seen in the Superchat family. They got to their first 3,000 in barely over a year. And I believe the biggest reason is because of the support that they give to other creators. Tiffany has been recognized on dozens of other channels, if not hundreds by now, where a lot of creators will do StreamYard panels, and she's so recognizable because I've seen her on so many other channels, especially in the first year of her YouTube journey, but she continues to be here every day and is one of our newest additions to our moderator squad on Superchat. So I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators, including Canadian Family Life. This is Tiffany. And all of our moderators are dear friends of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat with Canadian Family Life. They're typically live once every month or two, so we'll be expecting another live stream in the coming weeks. Tiffany celebrated a birthday about a week and a half ago, so we're happy to have caught that. The Pipe Guy in the chat is a second channel from Home Bartending with John. And Mr. Smith just dropped a super chat as well. So we're going to look at Mr. Smith right after Leonica, who did the same thing. I know I've said it many times already, but we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get around to spinning our wheel. I see that Little Lego is in the house. Sweet Melissa Coastal Girl 707 seems to be everywhere the last few days. She's also incredibly supportive, and she's been here a million times and into a lot of other premieres and streams of a lot of our friends and this and that. But lately, I'm running into her like every day, I think. Joe Hupp, yes, I grew up in Toronto, but I've been living in Niagara Falls for just over 8 years now. I still do a small amount of stuff. I go to Toronto occasionally now, but Niagara Falls is home. Vima's Crochet, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Another incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And let's talk about Consume the Goodness now. This is Kendra, and you will see her actually featured on other channels as well. She's been doing a bit of collaborating. She posts regularly. She is posting videos at least a couple of times a week. She streams regularly. I'm just going to grab her latest video. She does some skits on her channel. I was looking for the word. I couldn't remember because she had me laughing. I was sitting there watching a video. I didn't realize what was going on, and it was intentional as skits on the channel. Frank Turzo, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we look at shorts on Kendra's channel, she's going to, throughout all of her content, bring us healthy lifestyle-based ideas, faith-based motivation, mental health ideas, workouts, keto carnivore meal ideas, as well as live streams. Some shorts here have done really well, and she's got some interesting cooking videos on the channel as well. This pizza one I always reference. I watched this one, and it's really interesting for anybody that wants a healthy alternative to classic pizza, which is my favorite thing. Some of these shorts have done really well, 35,000 and 50,000 on a couple of these, and she did a special one a few weeks ago. She posts a ton of content, my dear goodness. If I could find it. Here it is. Yeah, it's already. Look how many shorts she posts. She's done another 20 since this, but she did a special shout out for Superchat, and I appreciated that as well. So thank you, Consume the Goodness, and she gifted a membership as well. and Canadian Family Life, and yes, Michelle Crochets did the same thing. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Of course, they've all done things like that before. Consume the Goodness does live streams occasionally. Sorry, I say occasionally, frequently, usually at least once a week. And sometimes she's on with other people, though. There's Just Jason Keto and more. She's collaborated with a few people, as you can see, and we'll look forward to another stream. She'll probably be doing one in just a few days. Northern Girl Hobbies, good to see you in the house, and thank you so much, Moz6510 Models. Many of you recognize his channel because he's one of the featured creators in our How to Get 10,000 Subscribers series of videos. They're like interviews, but they actually turn into friendly conversations. Moz6510 Models, like our other guests, has been with us for many years. Moz has been with us from the beginning, actually. It's well over 4.5 years now. And the video series that I'm talking about, I'll play some clips today during the live stream. All of the conversations are extremely informative. But Moz, I lost count of how many subscribers he has. He posts all the time, streams all the time. He's got a full grid whenever he does StreamYard panels. And he is with us frequently as well, still after all this time. Backlash Fisherman, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I think Moz has, it's got to be close to 20... Oh, pardon me. It's got to be close to 20,000 subscribers, unless he's long past it already. I can't for the life of me remember. I was just on his channel yesterday. And then CGU Gaming, CGU Cinematic Gaming Universe asks a question. Thank you, Scratch and Pete PA. Is it better to premiere a video? So the way that I look at that, and thank you for asking because I love talking about it. If you're going to premiere, then I think you should premiere regularly. This is for everybody, right? I premiere whenever appropriate on every channel that I touch. If you're not going to premiere, then that's okay, but just don't, because when you go back and forth, you'll find yourself disappointed with people not showing up to the premieres. But if you're going to do it with consistency, let's say putting out a video every week in Premiere, it can really give you a head start for your videos. The reason why we say that, let's imagine you have a 10-minute video and you're going to put it out at whatever time you think is appropriate. Are you going to get more views in the first 10 minutes that that video was put out if you premiere it and have a chat of any number of people? Or will you just get the views because you would have got the views anyway? You understand what I mean? So this is why I say premiering really, really helps, gives you a chance to connect with the audience in the chat. But, you know, we all have to make our own decisions. I don't always premiere, and I don't necessarily think everybody should always premiere. We have to make the right decisions all the time, and the analytics can help us with that. So I'll let you know what I do, and then you can take what you want from that and consider how you want to adjust that idea. But when in doubt, or at all times, I premiere at noon on Saturday in the Eastern time zone. The reason why is because people have started waking up, they've got on with their day, especially out in New Brunswick, like Canadian Family Life over there, and you're still able to catch all the traffic all the way up across North America, let's just say, which is a heavy-hitting crowd for YouTube, obviously, right? If you're not going to premiere, I recommend putting it out a few hours earlier so that you can catch more of the traffic on the way up. The reason why the premiere comes later is so that you have active people in your audience on YouTube at the time that you premiere, if that makes any sense, so that you have a better chance of a larger number of people in the chat. Budgeting Like a Girl, good to see you in the house. Frank Terzo, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm going to put your channel up right after Moz6510 Models, who's coming up shortly. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Mod6510 Models in the chat has another tip for us. Yes, premieres give you the opportunity to interact with your audience live, and they feel more like they're part of the channel, just like I hope everybody here feels like they're a part of Tuber Chat. You'll notice the way that I speak. I don't often say I don't often call this my channel. It's our community. It's our project, right? And the idea is that we can all have as many channels as we want and make them go faster because of this community, and you'll get a solid and strong foundation for your channel. For instance, from the friends that you make here, hopefully. Just Jason Keto and More makes another point. Yes, same day, same time every week. He premieres on Sundays, and he live streams on Thursdays as a minimum. But again, if you're not ready to premiere, that's okay. You have to make the right decision for yourself. But when you premiere, it helps when you premiere every week. And then I know Mel Runs Things, I think, just said they slept through their premiere today. I have set a premiere and forgotten about it and not been there when the premiere ran. And nobody needs me to tell them this, but obviously it is 99% better when we're in our premieres whenever possible, because people sometimes want to ask questions and things like that as well. You'll be surprised at how interested people actually are in your content. We all wish people would love our content or at least be interested in it, but you'll be surprised with the things that people will come up with and the community that you can build, if that makes any sense. And then, yes, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Frank Terzo's coming up. I know I'm behind here. Oh, Easter beverages. Yeah, I wonder if there is such thing. TB's Life, thank you so much for coming in. That's our featured channel for today. We looked at them at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, I've got a friend who is not in the Tuber Chat community. He's been through here a couple of times, but does a lot of traveling. And a couple of us are really on the guy all the time. We're like, dude, you gotta premiere when you're gonna be awake. You don't do it in the middle of the night, because what he does is he travels too much, or if that could be a thing. He premieres his videos for North America, but he's not in North America most of the time. So the problem is he misses his own premieres, and he's like, oh, well, maybe I'll wake up and somebody will have super chatted. And we're trying to tell him, no, that's not how that works. They super chat you when you can recognize them, right? People love to be recognized for their contributions, as they should be. Right? And, I'm sure lots of people feel awful when they forget to do that kind of thing. But, it really obviously is helpful. I'm sure that's another thing. Nobody needs me to say it, but I mention these things often anyway. Whenever possible, we want to make sure if we're going to premiere, which I do recommend, then we're always in our premieres. But I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel. I try not to do that even when it sounds like it. The idea is that I share my own experience. We all talk about things here, and then we can all make better decisions for our channels, our videos, and everything else, including myself. I strive to improve. I strive to increase all the time. And then Overclock Mix-Up, good to see you in the house. They've been here many times before, I believe. And Crafting Enthusiast is in the house. I just put another channel on the chat, Tampa's Creek Homestead and More. I'm going to try to move it through channels again in a quick second here. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. But so here's the funny thing about that, right? So I tell everybody all the time, we got to look at our analytics, and, the analytics tell a story. And this is how we can judge when we should be putting our content out, because YouTube will tell you when your crowd is most active, let's just say. But if you think about the case of somebody like Just Jason Keto and More, who live streams every Thursday, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, who premieres every Sunday, Scratch and PPA premieres every Tuesday, they do the same thing at the same time every single week. So if they look at their chart, they're going to find that that's the hot spot, because they created it. It grew from what they did, because, what are you going to do if YouTube says that Saturday at 6 p.m. is your prime time? Because it can be for a lot of people. but I got a family thing. I got to go eat dinner, or I work on Saturdays, or whatever it's going to be. You can't post at that time. That's fine. You post at the best time that you possibly can, and then your crowd grows around that time. They grow to know. Actually, in our interview series that I'm going to play a clip from shortly, Edna's World talks about that. She talks about the idea that people don't need to ask. They don't need to get the notifications because it's so well known in her community that she's on every Wednesday night for Wind Down Wednesdays. Together We Travel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Twisted Reed, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. I believe they've been here before as well. Together We Travel, I think I said hello. Hopefully. And again, I certainly don't mean to miss anybody. And if I miss anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Leonica is up on the screen right now, and Mr. Smith will come up right after that. And Leonica is dropped a super chat earlier, and we've had a few of those now. And I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Leonica's done that countless times before. And then It's Me, Alec. Good to see you in the house. When we look at what Leonica's doing, she's posted a few videos here, but she really does more live streaming. She's got quite a few shorts here as well. Some cooking videos by the look of it, and a little bit of random content. And then some of these have gotten well over 1,000 views. One of them almost at 2,000, as a matter of fact. And then when we look at live streams, we see that she's on almost daily, every other day on average, let's just say, or every few days. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. It's been a couple of days, but Leonica's on. You can see I catch her often, and she's just telling us about her day, what she's doing, a little bit of motivation, and she's always got a vibrant crowd in her live streams as well, probably because she's so active, and this is how that kind of thing builds up, right? P&J's Homestead Adventures is in the house. I'm going to get them on the wheel. Thank you again, Leonica, for another super chat. Like I said, she's done that countless times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. So did Mr. Smith. And we got to make sure we get the right Mr. Smith. I think I got to put a dot here, right? I might have to get to Mr. Smith by their link, but I'll give it a try here for a second. It's just a popular name for a channel. It's unfortunate that YouTube lets so many people have the same name because, when you get into bad behavior, trolling and stuff like that, these guys can make 1 million accounts so fast, and it just, drives everybody bananas. But if they'd put a limit on it, people wouldn't be able to do it so quickly, right? So let me get to Mr. Smith through their link. Oh, dear goodness. Hopefully I can find them. Pardon me while I scan through the chat. I keep a window beside me here. This is what I'm doing. I'm scanning through the chat here, looking for Mr. Smith again. Frank Terzo's there. They're going to be coming up. Moz6510 Models is next. Where on earth did Mr. Smith go? Unless they went out. Sometimes people... I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours. Oh, I'm going to have to ask for the help if Scratch and PPA or our mods can grab the link for Mr. Smith one way or another. M&T Live in It, thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. And what we'll do, we'll actually skip and we'll go back to Mr. Smith when we can. And right now we'll look at Moz6510 Models. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So Curmudgeon Alaska is here as well, and they're actually the latest entrant into the interview series that I'm talking about. So I'm going to play Moz6510 Models clip after I talk about his channel here in a second, and Curmudgeon Alaska I'll play in a little while. But that's from an upcoming episode of those interviews. They are extremely valuable, meaning informative. Pardon me, the Numismaniac. I saw your highlighted milestone message. I didn't say hello. It's good to see you, and thank you for coming in. That's another fellow Canadian. Went to your first concert on Friday? Oh, interesting. Yes. My uncle, I have an uncle that played in Richie Night and the Midnights, which anybody who remembers the 60s or 70s would remember maybe. Um, and I was lucky to see him play for what I believe was a 50th anniversary concert at a place in Toronto, as a matter of fact. It's just ironic. And then Crafting Enthusiast, I did get you on the wheel. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And Off Grid World is from British Columbia. Hope to visit there eventually. And then when we look at the chat, Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is gifting a membership. So we're going to put their channel up after Curmudgeon, Alaska. So yeah, I know it's really tough, Michael's Adventures. We'll have to, hopefully Mr. Smith will come back in or let us know if they're still here. Let me try this. And then we'll see if they respond. Old School Alaska, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Oh, thank you. Sorry, Scratch and PPA. I don't know how I missed that. I miss it so much today. Yeah, it wasn't a beginning, a very busy beginning, and then all of a sudden, oh, I fell so far behind so quickly. Here it is. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, what I'm going to do then, let me put Mr. Smith up right now. We'll talk about Mod 6510 models in a moment. So Mr. Smith is somebody that's fairly new in the Tuber Chat family. They've just been here a couple of times. And when we look at their channel, so I watched one video and I found it to be music. So this says a place for drums and music. So I'm assuming this creator's an artist, but I haven't figured that out yet. One of the things we want to think about on their on any channel is that where possible, we want to connect with creators who are have videos over what I mean to say is we want to be watching videos of 3 minutes or longer while we're connecting with creators, unless you find somebody with a shorts channel or who's just started out. Most creators have 3-minute videos or longer if we look through their content. So I'm going to grab another video here from Mr. Smith. I'm going to put that in my catch-up playlist, and that'll give me a chance to watch another piece of content from this creator. They got some shorts over here and 853 subscribers already. These shorts are getting close to 300 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel, and they're doing these a couple times a week, which is great. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of those. I'm almost certain they're a drummer, if I'm not mistaken, from what I see in the titles and thumbnails there. I haven't played drums since I was in high school, but I did enjoy doing that for a while. One of these days I wish to make a video doing that, but I've never found the time for that kind of thing. Braylon Lee's been added to the wheel. They happen to be a member. They picked up a gifted membership earlier. So thank you again, Mr. Smith, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Mod 6510 models did the same thing. We're going to talk about his channel right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @ Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. 3 Cheese and Me, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then Mod 6510 Models dropped a super chat as well. So we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we get around to spinning our wheel right afterwards. Lots of time today. We'll get lots of channels on the screen, of course, and we got a couple other things. We'll do a music stream. Thank you everybody for the help. That channel's back monetized again and everything else. And today is Jerry from Butler Family Farms birthday. So we're going to go and raid into his live stream. He's going to do a giveaway right after our music stream in a couple of hours. So lots to do today. And Mod6510 Models up on the screen comes to us from the UK. He's been with us for over 4.5 years now, and he is one of the first entrants into our special video series. These are interviews. Mod6510 Models, that I was way off earlier when I said maybe he's past 20,000 subscribers now. I should have known. I was on his channel. What day was it? Was he live, or was it a premiere? Maybe it was 8 days ago. I thought it was sooner than that, but yeah, a couple weeks ago as well. And he's well beyond 25,000 now. So obviously, I say of channels of this size, there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to these high levels. So Mod6510 Models has been with us, like I said, 4.5 years. What they do on their channel is scale modeling. So they do unboxing videos, they work on the models, they talk about the tools. There's a lot to learn about all of this stuff. And then they drop videos frequently. That's probably one of the biggest reasons for their growth as well. They've become an authority in the genre and niche, especially when it comes to these Airfix kits and things like that. They got some shorts that have done really well, 26,000, 48,000, one at 97,000, which is great to see. Of course, they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And they stream frequently as well. They're usually on a couple times a week. And look at that full grid that they've got going on most of the time as well. I've caught them many times either working on the bench or hosting those StreamYard panels. So I would love to share with everybody what Mod6510 Models has to say about the things that we do here and the things that we need to do in our YouTube journey. So I'm going to play a clip from our interview series in a moment. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Katie's Kitchen, good to see you here. And we will come right back after a break of 3.5 minutes. After we play this clip, we'll get to more channels. And we still got a long way to go, well over 2 hours, so plenty of time. And we've got quite a list of channels still to go through, and then we'll get around to spinning our wheel. The biggest thing I can tell you about all of the creators that have been featured in this interview video series is that they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask, is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers, so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it. So it'll be another like 8 years. I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit. And people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit trying to put it together. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it.
Yes.
But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see
Yeah.
what I mean, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my
Wow.
one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage,
Yes.
and that you're making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's
Okay.
great advice too.
Yeah.
Each person, yes, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, we're just about back. We're looking at Frank Terzo now. So thank you again, Mod6510 Models, Frank Terzo. We still got a small list of creators to go through with a lot of gifted memberships today, super chats already. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Never necessary, of course, but always appreciated. Frank Terzo is somebody we've known for a long time, actually. I've lost track of how long they've been with us, if it's a couple of years by now, or could be even longer. But I see them out supporting other creators as well. So we got a few musicians that come through the Tuberchat family. And just before I talk about his content, P&J's Homestead Adventure, thank you for mentioning it. They reference our copyright-free music all the time. So all the music you hear in the background of Tuberchat is available as copyright-free music you can use in your videos and live streams. We have a separate channel set up for that, but the music is available everywhere. Amazon, Deezer, Spotify, everywhere that you find music. And we're going to raid after Tuberchat today into our music channel, and we'll do a 1 hour live stream. It's basically like a virtual nightclub, and we got a video game going, and everybody's kind of dancing and having a good time in the chat, and it could be a lot of fun. So we'll do that for an hour, and then we'll go wish Jerry a happy birthday at Butler Family Farm. Frank Terzo on the screen right now. It's been a while since I've caught a video, so I'm going to grab your second latest one. I always try to grab videos that are longer than 3 minutes where possible. And this is a creator with an interesting story on their About section, looking like they've had a passion for music their whole life, but didn't get into a recording studio until the age of 56, they say. And, you know, a lot of influencers out there will talk about the idea of, you know, age and this and that. And, you know, it's never too late to get started with something. It's unfortunate for the time that has passed, but it would be unforgivable to let any more time go by, let's just say. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Frank Terzo's got going on in this latest video. And then shorts on this channel feature more random content like a lot of creators, regardless of category or niche. Lots of people put variety into the shorts videos. These have gotten now into 1,800, won over 4,800 views, which is interesting to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. It's been a long while. I don't know if I've caught you for a live stream. Forgive me for not remembering, but he's been streaming frequently, a few times a week. So we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And we want to make sure that we always set notifications for everything we see, as well as that notification bell. And thank you again, Frank Terzo, for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. M&T Living It did the same thing. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Life in the Piedmont Homestead, good to see you in the house. I've seen them collaborating with people, doing a lot of live streaming. And then Create and Relate is dropping a super chat right now. Thank you for that extra generous support. We'll put your channel up on the screen right after Tampa's Creek Homestead and more. And we still are going to look at Curmudgeon, Alaska for the same reason. So M&T Living It up on the screen right now actually did something interesting yesterday. They were a winner in our episode 800 giveaway. We don't do giveaways all the time. I do them rarely, and I never announce them in advance. Not that that's just a tact for myself and this channel, not anything that I would recommend to anybody else. But we only do them occasionally, and M&T Living It was one of the winners, and they got a gift pack. And I'll leave the surprise for those of you who weren't here or didn't see it. They did a live stream last night, so the first half hour or so of the live stream goes through the unboxing, and I was lucky to have been there. Pete was there, and a few other people came in and out. We were having conversation, but they were pretty excited, and it's all filming and YouTube related, which is really cool. But M&T Living It has been with us almost from the beginning, well, long beyond 3 years, probably 4 years by now. And they always have everybody has a good time in their live streams. They give us a chance to get to know them. Shorts on this channel feature some cooking videos that have done really, really well. A lot of these over 5,000 views, and a little bit of random content as well. But look at this, one of them at 20,000, one at 50,000. Then when we look at their videos, they have a lot of family togetherness on this channel, but they take us out for travel, and then they do some product reviews as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with M&T Living It, see all the different things that they do. Obviously they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They're working on 2,500 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push them a little bit closer towards that milestone.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I say it a million times, but I certainly don't mean to. We're moving a little bit faster now. Curmudgeon Alaska also dropped a super chat, so thank you again, M&T Living It. Thank you, Curmudgeon Alaska. They are another entrant into our interview series for an upcoming episode. I haven't finished editing it yet. As soon as I do, I'll put it up within a couple of weeks. But Curmudgeon Alaska, up on the screen right now, has, first of all, an off-grid Airbnb homestead in Alaska, so remote, as a matter of fact, that the train only comes around once in a while to bring supplies. You have to know when it's coming, and you have to be able to get there. It's really interesting. We talk about that in the interview. They talk about it on their channel. I'm just going to grab their latest video here. Every video they're putting out is doing well over 1,000 views now. Look at these, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, which is fantastic. They've had another couple pop here, but one of the videos that they did, it's getting on a few months ago now. Here it is. This video, surprisingly, and I'll tell you why I say surprisingly, got 2 million views. It got 1 million views in no time, continued on to 2 million views. It's likely still trickling views now. But this video, Rob insisted, Rob and Sarah, our Curmudgeon Alaska, and Rob insisted that they hadn't done anything different. It was literally just, luck on top of consistency and the things they do on their channel. We talk about authenticity, and this channel just exploded because of this video. You can see all the videos around it now are getting into 19,000, another one at 450,000, another one at 88,000. So people have really connected to this channel and are interested in their story, as you can see. When we look at the About section, they give us a bit of information here, and then we'll look at some shorts first of all. Getting into 4,600, 6,500, 8,100 views. We get into live streams over here as well. A lot of times they're letting us get to know them. And they do these occasionally. So yeah, it seems to be almost every week. Forgive me, I think Rob told me they do it every week, and I can't remember what he said now that I'm not thinking about it for a couple of days. When we look at Curmudgeon Alaska, they're going to show us all around their completely off-grid homestead. They show us the things that we would expect from an off-grid property and the things we might not expect, as well as they show us basically everything that they do. And for the time that I've spent talking to Rob and Sarah, Sarah was peeking in while we were doing the interview, but for the time I was talking to Rob, and what I've imagined on this channel the whole time is that the authenticity that I talk about means that these creators are exactly, when you speak to them, the way that they come across on camera, which I think is a great idea. We really both think that that's the magic behind the channel. So usually we don't take a break right away so soon again, but we're going to do that right now. Thank you again, Curmudgeon Alaska, for the super chat, by the way. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. We're going to look at Tampa's Creek Homestead and Create and Relate when we get back, but we'll go for a break right now because I want to play for you a clip from this upcoming episode. Not many people have seen this yet, where I talked to Rob for I can't remember. I won't know how long the video is until I edit it, but it's got to be at least an hour, if not an hour and a half, and more information from a very different perspective with a channel that's been incredibly consistent and had a little bit of luck come by as well. So again, the biggest thing I could tell everybody about these clips, these interview series, and the creators that are featured is that they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. what do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you,
Yeah.
your channel, it started growing a little bit, and then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit our 1,000 subs, and then
Okay.
it was really going slow. In between January to September of
Hmm.
24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours, so we managed to get monetized, things like
Hmm.
that. And we were getting ready to go do our supply runs for the winter time, and I
Yeah.
said, "Well, I think I'm just gonna film this." We've never done a shopping thing or anything like that, and
Yeah.
I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well.
That's good.
We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kinda regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see
Oh,
the
I see.
comparison, the prices, and honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here, and I think that's what brought everybody in, and it
Right.
exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as
Mhm.
the group that just are into shopping, and I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos, and
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home. You
Yeah.
know, is that
Absolutely. Yes.
a lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
Was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? Stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Yeah.
I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. All right, we're just about back. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed that clip, and thank you for the kind words, Rob. Obviously, we had a great conversation, and I was looking forward to it. And it turned out, all these interviews turned out even better than I expected, because these creators understand exactly what we need to hear. They've been with us for years, and they go through exactly what we're going through. It's just that their channels have started to really move much faster now. You saw that Curmudgeon Alaska is approaching 50,000 subscribers, which is great to see. And we'll see what we're going to do with the interview series. I'm unsure right this second, but I might have a couple of these people back on the channel when they hit their 100,000, because I have no doubt that every one of the creators that gets by their 10,000, if they want it, can have their 100,000 as well. And then we'll have some shiny play buttons in the background. Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is up on the screen as well. They gifted a membership earlier. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment here. Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is over 800 subscribers now, and they post fairly frequently, as you can see. This is a grandmother and granddaughter duo. Am I going to make a mistake? Yes. Grandmother and granddaughter duo, just living a simple country life. This is why we take breaks, so I can save my voice and stop tripping over my words so much. They bring us pure variety, actually, on their channel, but a cool aspect in creating content, if that makes any sense. So they're going to bring us just about anything at all. Pam and Mackenzie here. They've been incredibly supportive ever since coming into the Tuber Chat family. It's just been a few months now. They're monetized already. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, we look at their shorts videos. We see that they've gotten into 6,000, 8,000, one over 13,000. Which is great to see. And that's a new one. We know that because this was the most popular one for a while. Every time I put the channel on the screen, I see this, right? And then they've got a couple of newer ones which are moving, which is great. So hopefully that speaks to the idea that the more often we post and the more content we're putting out there, the more the algorithm and recommendation engine is going to favor us, and then start pushing everything out a little bit more. When we look at live streams, we see that they're on frequently. I caught them a few days ago, and they've got a few more set up. They're going to do one later tonight, and we have that to look forward to. I know I say it a million times, but we set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So I talked about the idea of playlists briefly earlier, but when we think about the idea of swapping playlists, it's something we've been pushing on this channel for all of these years, something we've been doing for a long time because we know it helps with watch hours. So the obvious part of it is when you can get lots of other creators, let's say dozens and maybe even someday hundreds of different people to run an entire playlist of your videos, your watch hours are really going to grow, right? But it's a great favor to do for somebody else as well. So we trade that favor here. I don't facilitate, I don't interfere. Everybody's just welcome to do it because we know it helps so much. All of our moderators will do it. And it's a great benefit even to monetize channels. The reason why is because when somebody runs an entire playlist of your videos, you're keeping your watch hours up, but they're running every video from beginning to end, which means that's going to help your retention. And then since we're only obligating ourselves to run the playlist, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to sit and watch every single video. I got myself into swapping the last week with 3 different creators that all have over 400 videos on their channels. And so nobody's expected to sit and watch every single one. If you can drop some likes, drop some comments, that's great. But you could do it when you work, when you sleep, when you eat, when you go out. You could do it on another window on a computer or on another device if you have an older phone or a tablet or something like that. And lots of creators here will be willing to do it. So you have lots of opportunity here to see those watch hours grow. Black Guns and Gardens, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'm just going to grab their channel and put it on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and then we'll get around to spinning the wheel in a moment. I'll clean out the wheel in a little while as well. I know that not everybody can be here for 3 hours or every time we stream 3 times a week, let's say. Create and Relate is up on the screen right now. This creator has a bit of information on their About section about what we can expect about the different things they're going to bring us, including do-it-yourself videos, arts and crafts, and other things. But they've done a lot of unboxing videos, and then they show us how a lot of the different things work. This is an incredible collection of colored pencils, my goodness. And then this creator did a great job over the Christmas holidays. They got a Cricut machine and they got started working with that. They've been working on some clothing. They've got other product reviews, kind of film related here, like this light that they've got, camera. I talked in depth on one of our streams about the importance of storage. I've got, you know, USB sticks around here and hard drives and all that stuff. It's so important that we back everything up and protect it while we're doing that. I have broken more than one hard drive. One of them I bought, it was expensive in my opinion, almost $300. I bought it on sale, but within the first day using it, it fell off the desk and smashed, and that was had to buy another one. What are you going to do, right? But it's important that we protect these things. So now, actually, if I can show you, I believe in money spent in the right places. Things don't have to be expensive. So as an idea, I've mentioned this a million times, but the computer I use is obviously a Mac. It's an M2, it's beefed up, it's got lots of RAM and everything else, so obviously expensive. But the monitors that I use, the mouse that I use, the cables that I use, the keyboard, you know, most of that stuff is inexpensive because it's not necessary to have the best to do what we want to do. The computer's the brain of it, right? When it comes to hard drives, now I use a lot of these because I am out of the house a lot of the time taking them with me. So these, you know, are like, they look military grade, but they're just meant to not smash if they have little bumps here and there. Hard drives are extremely delicate, and then when you can get into things like thumb drives, or, you know, a lot of people are using SSDs now and this and that, they're a little more rugged. But it's very important that we back up our stuff. Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja, good to see you in the house. Thank you, Curmudgeon Alaska. And Create and Relate, let's look at the shorts on this channel. They've gotten into 949, 1,300 views. They've gotten some live streams here as well. So, oh, they're breaking out these pencils. My dear goodness. And I see they've actually been live almost daily. Many times over the last week. So hopefully I will catch you for another one. Yeah, I haven't caught them yet. And they're working on 300 subscribers now, and they're here with us for just about every stream as well. So obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They dropped a super chat earlier, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Now it's time to spin the wheel.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So Braylon Lee's just been with us about a month now, if I'm right. And they picked up a gifted membership. This can't be the first time we're putting their channel on the screen, is it? It might be, actually. Let me make sure I got the right Braylon Lee. I'm just matching the avatar in the background here. And let me get back to the search results here. This is it right here. So Braylon Lee, yeah, this is the first time we're putting their channel on the screen, so it is fairly new that they've been in the Tuber Chat family, but they picked up a gifted membership today. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So Braylon Lee's working on almost 3,000 subscribers. They're getting close to 2,900 now. What I'm going to do is grab, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, so I'm going to take one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch their video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give them a thumbs up, subscribe, put the notification bell on. as well, so that I hopefully will have the connection stick, and then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Thank you, Twisted Reed. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get to another channel.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
The Numismaniac is another fellow Canadian from Edmonton, Alberta, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They've been with us for between 3 and closer to 4 years now, and they are going to talk about a lot of collectibles, including numismatic collectible coins and other precious metals and other collectibles of value. This creator happens to be extremely community minded, if that makes any sense. You'll get that idea when you go through their channel and their about section, see some of the different things they do. They've actually got a few channels, but I've taken their latest video and put this into my catch-up list there so that I can get caught up with them. They talk about organizing and protecting their stuff as well. They've got shorts on this channel. There's a skipper right there, and he has got some shorts that have now, one of them gotten into 1,700 views. He's got some winter weather there that I love talking about. Oh, there's a skipper. There's a better look at the skipper. And then live streams on the channel as well. He's usually got a StreamYard panel with a good handful of friends on there talking about either numismatic collectibles or history of different sorts. When we get to the Numismaniac, we see he's got a second channel. And it took me a while to realize that this channel is actually active all year, but it's called Santa Claus North Pole Canada. And you'll get an idea right away of how special this channel is, because we can get messages to and from Santa Claus on this channel. And he does a lot of community work, I believe, as well, and that would lead into things like Christmas in July from anybody who could benefit from something like that. So like I said, the channel is actually active all year, even though obviously it's going to have its busiest time during the November and December months. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 247 views, one of them at 1,200, which is great to see, and then even a few live streams have been done on this channel as well. If you haven't seen this channel, and you haven't seen what I'm talking about with these videos, I would have a look and then keep this in mind, especially when you're thinking about Christmas, whether it's Christmas in July, whether it's Christmas in November and December. If you're somebody who celebrates Christmas, like of course I do, then you'll get an idea of how special this can be, how magical truly. And then let me think about spinning the wheel. And thank you again, the Numismaniac. He's been a dear friend for a long time. PK Adventure Travels, good to see you in the house. I'm going to get you onto the wheel right away. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And we're into spinning the wheel now. We're going to look at one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my almost 8 years on YouTube now. Hilda DC is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
I'm just going to see if I might be able to show you something. There's just a coincidence happening in the chat right now where PK Adventure Travels and Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale have come in. I'm featuring channels again now at the beginning of every TuberChat live stream. And what I have got is I was preparing to set up the next 4 episodes of TuberChat today, and I've got a folder that I use on my computer to hold the screenshots that are part of the thumbnails there. And so if I show you here what I've got, it's just a folder of files here. But when I click on these, there's Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale right there. You're going to be featured in, I think, on Tuesday. and then Crafty Witch 232, and then PK Adventure Travels, and then Day One Walks. I know those screenshots are probably hard to see on a small screen like a phone, but you get the idea of what I'm talking about here. And if you look at our thumbnails, you'll notice, especially after episode 800, we've started to have creators' channels featured even on the thumbnails lately. So those will be coming up in the next couple of weeks. Hilda DC's been featured at least a couple of times. She is an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, a strong-willed creator who truly stands behind and beside her audience. Hilda DC is somebody who posts occasionally now, but she's been at this so long and so supportive to other people that she can either premiere or live stream whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood in the chat. She rivals those of Scratch and Pete PA, the Stock Explorer, and even faster than this at times. When we look at Hilda DC's content lately, she's doing a few. This was a restaurant review, which is a different type of content for her. In her, I'm assuming this is her older area of the Bronx. And then Hilda DC will do a lot of her own cooking, but she also taste test challenges a lot of different products that somebody like myself doesn't get to see. I'm in Canada. We only get 10 to 20% of the products and flavors that come from our American friends, let's just say. So I always enjoy seeing the different things that can be shown by channels like this. But she'll do a bit of random content as well. And then Hilda DC, the reason why I call her one of the most encouraging creators is that positive affirmations flow throughout all of her content, both from the creator herself, special effects on the screen. She even gets Nightbot on the case. With encouragement, motivation, and inspiration. When we look at her shorts videos, these feature more variety, but these have gotten into almost 3,000, well over 6,000, and one over 47,000. And then when we look at live streams, the Stock Explorer's mentioning we can't wait for her to stream again. Hilda DC, like I said, has been somebody who's been at this longer than even Superchat's been around. We're coming up on 5 years, but she's been with us from the beginning, almost that long. And I've joined her many times, both on her channel and other channels for StreamYard panels. So, I think about those things as well. But hopefully we'll see Hilda DC streaming again shortly. And she's been a dear friend to all of us. Of course, all of our moderators here are dear friends of each other. She's working on 2,600 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. I see I Am Betty J Gathers is coming in as well, and she's another beloved and dedicated moderator. I've got her on the wheel. And then Gathered Together Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft. Not sure if I said hello earlier. And then let's think about spinning the wheel one more time.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
I realized I had the Numismaniac on the wheel twice there, actually. Home Bartending with John is coming up right now. Just before I get his channel up here, I just want to mention this past live stream that Hilda DC did. She actually talks a little bit about our friendship, mine and hers personally. It's an interesting listen for the first. I think she talks about it for about 5-10 minutes. But ironically, I Am Betty J Gathers just came into the chat as well, and I did an interview with I Am Betty J Gathers just a few months ago, and we talked in depth about our friendship as well, but also moderators, the YouTube journey, and I went on in length to tell the story, especially about my friendship with Hilda DC. And, some of these things, I know when we talk about, our own content, or I say, I did an interview with I Am Betty J Gathers, I hope you'll go watch it. Not as informative as some of the things, because I'm not giving tips and tricks about YouTube like sometimes I like to do in other people's channels if we can do that. But a lot of these conversations, when we talk about interviews, turn into friendly conversation, let's just say, especially with some of us who've known each other for so long. But I hope that people can take a little bit of inspiration from some of these things. And I see it on other channels as well. It was on Lewis Acre Farm Karma's channel last night. She was doing an interview and talking about that kind of thing. And, we could really learn a lot about each other, which can give a little bit of context to the idea of the content that we're watching on each other's channels. And then we can get an idea of the things we can learn from each other by the friendships that people have shared with others, if that makes any sense. Home Bartending with John is going to come up in a quick second. I find lately, and this is only in the last few months, the search results always have a problem when there's a special character like an emoji in the name of a channel. Not every time, not with every channel, but you know what I mean. Oh, Mel Runs Things, you might have picked up a gifted membership. Am I wrong about that? And then, we've had quite a few, memberships gifted today, for which I'm grateful. And then, thanks so much. Yes, Mel Runs Things, for the kind words in your highlighted milestone message there. I didn't notice it earlier. I keep missing this every day, but our stream boss, which is the video game life meter under my camera here, every super chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of that stream boss, and the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. Mod6510 Models has held that position many times before, but he's in there right now. And then thank you so much, Mel Runs Things. And then we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We're going to take another break in another moment here, but then we'll come back about 3 minutes after I play another clip from our interview series, and we'll look at Mel Runs Things right away. The Source, good to see you in the house. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know a lot of people are working. Some of our friends run the stream in the background. I know not everybody could be here for 3 hours every time we stream, but I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just coming by to say hello or drop a thumbs up or anything like that. Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707, I hope I said hello to you earlier today. I think I did. And my brain seems to be a little bit mush today. I don't know why. Home Bartending with John is up on the screen right now. This creator actually has 2 different one-of-a-kind channels in the Superchat family, and I'll show you what I mean about his second channel afterward. But here, Home Bartending with John teaches us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. And we don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what he's got here, but he does show us what it's like to keep his bar replenished and the tools we might need behind the bar to make some of our favorite cocktails. He also brings them in different variations. So the idea is there could be 2 or 3 or many more different ways to make a drink. When you think about the statement shaken not stirred, that's a perfect example. He takes requests on his channel, and he's done a couple for me already, for which I'm grateful. He also does a lot of comparisons between different beers, liquors, and liqueurs, and then he might do collections of cocktails as well, like low-calorie cocktails or non-alcoholic mocktails, as they're called, and a lot of product reviews as well to give us an idea of some of the things that are out there and whether we might like them as well. He's got some shorts here that have gotten into 1,600, 2,700 views, one at 9,200. That one still gets views. It's still climbing. And then live streams are an idea from the past. We'll see if he's going to bring those back. He's working on 600 subscribers. We would like to push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then I'm going to show you another channel from Home Bartending with John called The Pipe Guy. And I'll put the handle in the chat because we got to get the spelling right on this. And the channel's still working on its first 100 subscribers. So I find that lots of channels struggle in the search results for a little while. Most get pretty well to #1 by the time they get 100 subscribers. But those with popular or short names could take a little bit longer, up to even 800 subscribers. But this is why we do the things we do here, to try to help everybody. Searching, finding, and clicking on each other's channels really helps the search results, as you can imagine. The Pipe Guy is going to bring us industrial pipe art and industrial pipe lamps. And I personally had never seen anything like this before John brought this channel into us. He's even got a Star Wars themed video to get the channel started with. So hopefully everybody will connect with The Pipe Guy and Home Bartending with John. Obviously another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And he's been with us for several years as well. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then Tim Mitchell has another channel, Off Topic Squirrel. So I'll be interested to look that up at some point. So what we're going to do right now, we'll take a break and we'll go for 3.5 minutes again. And then we will, right before that, play a clip from our interview series again. And again, these are videos now on the Tuber Chat channel. They're in a playlist and as a podcast listed so that everybody can watch. There's well over 4 hours of this now. Some of the conversations went closer to 2 hours. There's an upcoming episode and another one that's going to be filmed actually this weekend. And then we'll be up to 6 for now. We'll see what we're going to do after that. All of these creators know exactly what we're going through. They've been with us for many years. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, over the years, of course, we use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you haven't been on for a while. Somebody comes looking for you and notices. That's a good feeling, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there. And she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted. And I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in, they come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not all almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I'll see you in my comments on Wednesday, see you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change and with having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live, I'm going to respond back to you to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get support on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give it. Sure. It's $3.99 to go over there and watch a video with somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life.
right, we're just about back. Thank you for that, the Jay Jordan. Yeah, Swoop Like Me is a long time friend. She's been with us from the beginning as well. These guys are live together all the time. The Jay Jordan, I don't know if I've ever seen somebody who's on YouTube as much as they are, between posting, between live streams, between visiting other channels. The Jay Jordan is very remarkable. And then when we look at Mel Runs Things, thank you, by the way, for the super chat earlier. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And that actually had Mel Runs Things take over our stream boss position, which is that video game life meter I keep talking about under my camera there. So when we look at Mel Runs Things, we see a creator who's fairly new in the Superchat family. They've just been with us a few months now, but they are over 1,700 subscribers already. When we look at their videos, we see that they're posting frequently, almost daily here. So I'm going to take one of their latest videos. I'll put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get or stay caught up. And then when we look at Mel Runs Things, they've got quite a bit of information on their About section. And they talk about lifestyle, family, cooking, fitness, and running. Living over 50 is the basic theme behind the channel. Shorts over here have gotten into 2,200, 2,300 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well, where they've been live frequently over the last few weeks. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I got the notification bell on, and we put notification bells on for every single channel, of course. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mel Runs Things, push them towards the 1,800 subscribers they're going to be thinking about. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then Scratch and PPA is coming up. I took a few names off of the wheel there, quite a few actually, but I took a few names off the wheel. And I do that a couple of times during the stream. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we're on, and certainly not 3 times a week. But we will always put, I'm saying a million times here, we always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. If I have removed a name, I'll put it right back on. It's also time to put a name onto the wheel. I'm way overdue, actually, for putting a name on the wheel from our chat list. So Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707 will get added right now. And then Living Large with L Crew as well. And then we'll take it one at a time. And the Stock Explorer, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They're actually doing that, so I'll put the Jay Jordan up onto the screen. So we'll look at them right after Scratch and PPA, and thank you for that. Lots of people have done that, where they drop a super chat basically on behalf of another channel. And of course, I'm going to honor those kinds of things. I'm happy to see creators, promoting each other and supporting each other and things like that. Scratch and PPA is known, like most of our moderators, as one of the most supportive creators that most of us have met in our YouTube journeys. For me, it's getting on about 8 years. And he's referred to as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, seeming to be everywhere all the time. When we look at his channel, we see he's working on 2,400 subscribers. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships available. What he does on his channel is puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching, and he pits 2 lottery tickets against each other in every video, but gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, X, or Facebook. And of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. He posts with perfect consistency, and we talked about this earlier in the stream. There's many creators here who do the same thing, and it can really grow over time into something that, if you're going to do a premiere or live stream, we'll find a flood in the chat that just rolls. And we all start from zero, but there can be a day where you do a premiere or live stream and you have 2 or 3 people in the chat. Next week you have 4 or 5 people in the chat. Eventually it becomes 8, 9, 10, and then 20, and then 30, and it goes up from there. Scratch and PPA, I'm unsure what his peak was, if he's hit 60 or beyond that. I forget if he told me already. Scratch and PPA, which we try to be there for every premiere. He goes at the same time, 12:15 every Tuesday. And if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the whole Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, and a few others. It's very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. When we look at his videos, and his channel, you see the presentation is at the forefront of his mind. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video 4.5 years ago. His bright, beautiful avatars matched by thumbnails that include content, of course, and a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. There's PK Adventure Travels, and there's Be Amazing Sylvia, who we just heard from, as a matter of fact. And then his banner's updated every single week, if you can imagine that. When we look at Scratch and PPA, we see he's working on 2,400 subscribers right now. I know a lot of people will be excited to know that this fellow Canadian has expanded the content on his channel as well. He took a trip to Italy last year and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos. And these gave us a look around all the different areas he visited and some Italian lottery tickets we might not have otherwise seen as well. And then in live stream, he gave us his very first live production from that trip to Italy. So I know a lot of people will be happy about that as well. If you haven't seen it, I hope you will. And hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. And like I said, among our moderators, they're all dear friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Pardon me, I didn't mean to spin the wheel, but thank goodness it landed on the Stock Explorer there. They just dropped a super chat so that we will look at the J. Jordan.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then the J. Jordan is up on the screen right now. And did his word come in? His word is a longtime dear friend. They bring us spiritual inspiration, of course. The J. Jordan, look at this, over 9,000 subscribers now. It's really not a surprise, though, because this creator, ever since coming into the Tuber Chat family a few years ago, has posted more than almost anyone I've probably seen. They are dropping videos every day, live streaming multiple times a day. They're indoors, they're outdoors, they're producing music, they're working out, they take us for adventures, motorcycle rides, they take us bowling, and they hop in on StreamYard panels with tons of other channels, and they're in the chat all the time as well. Extremely active, extremely supportive. And the J. Jordan, like I said, has been a friend of a few years now. I'm just going to grab his latest video. They'll put it into my catch-up list. And he does a lot of freestyle rapping. When we get into shorts videos on the channel, you see that lots of these have started to really move into 13,000, 17,000, 21,000 on the shorts videos working out there. And then live streams as well. So I just caught him a few days ago. He might be producing music, he might be out on his bike, he might be taking us bowling, he could be doing any number of different things. I've caught him many times live streaming, and like I said, incredibly supportive to other creators as well. So, yeah, and see, he's got his official artist badge too, which is really cool. I didn't realize that before. I forget if I realized it ever, the J. Jordan, but it's great to see that. Whenever you see that music note, it means it's an official artist, like a musician or something of that sort. So hopefully everybody will connect with the J. Jordan. And thank you to Stock Explorer for dropping a super chat so that we would look at their channel.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then I don't think I said hello to Shane, Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja. He's another fellow Canadian who I met up with last summer and he's expecting actually to come to Toronto next month for a Metallica concert. So we're hoping to meet up. And actually, it's probably time, Shane. I gotta remind myself here. To try to set up a date and a time, because we'll invite another couple of people and see if they want to meet up. And then oh, thank you. And pardon me, I'm just reading the chat. PK Adventure Travels. It's probably faster for me just to talk about it. So a couple of the things that I recommend all the time is to reset a device. It shouldn't work in 2025, but still, this is a thing sometimes with this software and these websites and everything else. But resetting a device is the first step. And then if not, yeah, logging out, logging back in and things like that. But it's a common glitch. And if you still can't be seen in a chat, basically what needs to happen is you got to reach out to either the host or a moderator on another social network, and then they can add you into a part of the channel where you add your moderators and band channels and things like that. There's a section called approved users, and there's a couple of uses for that. A little more complicated than anything we do here in Tuber Chat right now. But that can be a first step. That's helped 99% of the time. And then if that is not going to help, they got to be either added as a moderator. You have to also check that they've not been blocked, because it can be a mistake. We've had somebody timed out by a cat, actually, grabbing Kristen's phone here. But anybody can make that mistake. I promise you, I've been banned and blocked and everything else on my share of channels as well. And while, getting banned on a channel is not always malicious. First of all, there's mistakes. And then second of all, it could be a moderator doing it, not the host, that kind of thing. It's probably not the case in what you're talking about here. But again, we have to reach out to the host or moderators on other social networks to try to sort that out. And we have to remember, not every single creator out there is like into YouTube and into the analytics and into the YouTube studio and everything else like some of us are. So when you start to describe the fact that somebody's got to be added to the approved users or they might be banned, you got to find them. Some hosts might not know how to fix that. So you're going to have a lot of patience as well. But if it's here, I could try to figure that out. And let me just grab the name there. So just a girl on just a girl on her porch. I'm just going to add that to a file that I use all the time, so I can copy and paste and get the name exact. And actually, we'll try something else here. Forgive me, the Stock Explorer we're going to talk about in a second. But I'll just try to take care of something right now. I wonder, is it because the channel's so new, it's not even coming up for me when I type in that handle? I've copied and pasted it and it doesn't want to come up. Is it possible there's a spelling mistake? And I'm just curious, but we can, if you don't mind, if you want to message me on Instagram or email or whatever else, then we can try to sort that out after the stream today. I'll put them in the approved users list. The Stock Explorer is up on the screen right now. So this is Nora. They happen to be in Florida. They have been with us from basically the beginning. And then Rudy Fern with autism, just please don't spam, okay? Please don't repeat messages. But thank you very much. And then the Stock Explorer, Nora, has been with us from the beginning, over 4.5 years now. And this creator is another one of the most supportive that I have met in my YouTube journey. Somebody who cares very deeply about the YouTube journey itself, those of us in the Tuber Chat family and their community. They bring a lot of fun into their channel. They started by talking about the stock market and crypto a little bit. They've often got product in hand and a little bit of variety in their videos as well. And then what they did is start to expand into some lottery ticket scratching a couple of years ago. They continue that today. They got a brand new episode of their Scratching with Strangers series, which is something they've been working on for a while now. They're actually going out and meeting people for the first time and scratching lottery tickets with them. And they've got some interesting stories in that series as well. Now, the Stock Explorer is working on 2,400 subscribers. Of course, they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on this channel feature pure variety, and lots of creators, like I mentioned earlier, are doing this, just putting variety into the shorts videos regardless of the niche or category. But some of these have done well: 2,800, 4,200, 13,000. And then live streams on the channel as well. And when we look at the Stock Explorer, it could be charts and graphs when she's talking about crypto and stocks. It could be StreamYard panels featuring other creators, including myself. I joined Nora for a 2-hour conversation about YouTube once on her channel. And then a lot of lottery ticket scratch battling with channels now, which is really cool. It's very fast-paced, very high energy, and this is what I mean leads to very exciting and vibrant live chat. So faster than this sometimes, faster than most others, and rivals those of Scratch and PPA and Hilda DC. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer, and they've got a second channel actually. I'll just show it to you quickly. They put up another couple of videos recently. Tropical Buzz is where Nora expects to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which she's going to grow herself. These recent videos just came out, and then she's got some shorts over here as well, getting into 600 and 700 views. So I hope everybody will connect with Tropical Buzz. We'd love to get that channel up to 300. And let's think about spinning the wheel. Thank you again, the Stock Explorer, for another super chat. She's done that countless times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then P&J's Homestead Adventures coming up.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So I'm just going to show you something. There's the channel we're looking for. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, for getting that link. When we go to our YouTube studio, I'll show you how to add this. There's a couple ways to get into your YouTube studio, but going on Customize Channel gets you into the back end pretty quick here. And then I can go to Community Moderation. They keep changing the name of everything back here. This is where your moderators are and things like that. And then you got this Approved User section. You can see I've got a lot of channels in there, and this is over 5 years now almost, but channels that have had trouble getting into the chat. So I'm just going to copy the link, and you'll see that Just a Girl on Her Porch shows up right away. So I've clicked on it, and now they're added into the approved users, and that should fix the situation. They might have to still reset the device or reset, go out and into the chat again, but hopefully that will solve that problem, and then maybe we'll see them soon. And then P&J's Homestead Adventure, Paula and Jason, are coming up right now. They bring us homesteading, and one of the things that I noticed about them when they first came into the Tuber Chat family, which is getting on a couple of years now, is that they were collaborating with a lot of other creators. We have a dear friend named Gail Southern Living who's been with us from the beginning. She does a lot of collaboration, sometimes getting even 60, 70 and more channels together. And this Garden Tour Club was something that caught my eye right away. The very first very first video that I watched from them a year ago was this one. Maybe it's not as long as I think. Forgive me, P&J's Homestead Adventures. So they're going to bring us homesteading. They give us a chance to get to know them. And then I'm just going to grab the latest video. I forgot about that yogurt video. I think that's the first time I've seen somebody do how to make your own yogurt video in the Tuber Chat family, which I think is surprising with all the homesteading friends we have, but it could be that I just haven't seen one yet. And then when we look at shorts on this channel, We see that they've gotten into 2,200, 2,600 views. Some winter weather there, but they bring us a lot of outdoor content. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they did one as an experiment last year. We'll see if they're going to bring those back or continue on. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
So Tim Mitchell, if you can, just let me know which channel you were talking about earlier, and I'll put yours up right now. I looked at them in the background. And we'll see if we can get to this one easily. It's a brand new channel. I think they just have like 24 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. That's what they're aiming for. They're actually talking about another channel. And I think this is Tim Mitchell's first time here. And here they are right here. And then let me get the... Let me wait for them for 1 second and see what they said they were going to look for. They were talking about another channel for a quick second. So anybody here is welcome if you have more than one channel to come in with either one. But the only thing I ask is that we always treat them separately, right? So we always want to be connecting authentically with each and every channel. As opposed to, we've seen a couple people come through and they're kind of like, you know, hey, it's Kevin, come get my other channel. And we don't want to do that because it leads to connections that aren't going to be quite so solid, let's just say. And then when we look at, oh, is that it? Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official? That must have been one of them. I think this is one of the channels that they were expecting to promote, but I think they've got a few, actually, if I understood today. And then I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. But what I will do, and Tim Mitchell, if you don't mind letting me know, Munchie Mafia, is this the channel that you were hoping for, though? Because I've seen a couple today in the background. I went and looked at a couple that you mentioned. So see, there's a few here. I'll wait for you for 1 second just to let me know which one so I don't connect with the wrong channel. But there's a few here. Crystal Sparkle, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Munchie Mafia. I'll wait for 1 more second and then I'm going to have to move on to another channel. If you want to... let me know which one of these, because there's 3 here talking about Munchie Mafia. And then, unless they're just trying to get me to say it in the stream. Some creators do that. And then the JGSA Posse Official, I think I said hello earlier. I think you've been here a while. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. We'll try for 1 more second here, and then, yeah, I don't know which one is the one that you're thinking of. Is it? I'll try cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. Yes, forgive me. I know you're saying that's it, but there was 3 on the screen. 3. I got to pick the right one. We'll see. We'll wait for 1 more second and see if this is the right one. Usually I don't wait, but that's okay for a second here.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Okay, we got it. Thank you for that. Sorry for the confusion. And Izzy Pop just came in. Crystal Sparkle just dropped a super chat, so we're going to look at that channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So this is the channel that Tim Mitchell was meaning for us to see. So Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. And now I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of the latest videos here. I'll just take the latest one, and I'm going to put this into my watch later list. And what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well, so they don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can we mix up the days and times so we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then, yes, Crystal Sparkle, that usually that doesn't happen. There's somebody in the chat that actually wanted to promote another channel, but because we're not subscribed to it yet and it's their first time here, I couldn't figure out which channel was the one that they were talking about. And you always have to wonder, like, okay, is somebody just playing with you? Like, are they actually trolling you and trying to get you to say something funny in the chat that they can show their friends? Because that's a common way to troll. It's not that harmful, but you know what I mean. And I wondered if that was the case or if we were supposed to be looking at a channel legitimately. But that's okay. So maybe what I'll do, we'll settle down for a second. We'll take a break for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back, and we're going to play another clip from that interview series that I keep talking about here. And all of the videos in that series are extremely informative. I hope that everybody will watch all 4 of them. Number 5 and 6 are both coming soon. And all of these creators know exactly what we've been through. They've been with us for years, and they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Like, realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, Be there for the ones that are coming back, and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. You know, somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, we're just about back, and Earther Aliens, good to see you in the house. Crystal Sparkle dropped a super chat before we went on that break there. So we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. In a little while, another not quite an hour. It's lots of time, actually. We're way farther ahead than I thought we would be. We will run a 1 hour music stream on our copyright-free music channel. If anybody hasn't seen it yet, it's a good time over there. It's like a virtual nightclub. We got music playing and a video game going. Everybody can participate, and a couple of new things now. And then when we look at the chat, so Izzy Pop, yeah, they changed their name back from Izzy Ska. They when we have really short names, I know you've heard me say the speech a million times, but we have really short names that are easy to remember, we can struggle in the search results for a long time. One of the things I noticed forever, I couldn't figure out what the character was at the beginning of your name, because when I tried to @mention you in a chat, it wouldn't do it. I don't know if it will do it right now. I'll try. if that's a capital I or not. And I'll show you what I mean. So let me put up the window that I use for the chat here. So if I want to look at Earther aliens, I will just type an @ symbol, EM, and the name comes up, and I could just hit enter and send them a message, right? Or if I look for Izzy Pop, it won't come up, right? Even if I try an L, in case that was it, no, it's not there. And I wonder if that might have been anything to do with it, because we have to imagine everything affects the algorithm. But Izzy Pop's got a oh, is that why? Is it just there's a space there? I never tried. Oh goodness, how long has it been now? It's well over a year. Watch this. So if I type @ symbol, space, and an I, there's Izzy Pop. Now I'm going to try to remember that. But that might have been something. So PK Adventure Travels, we looked at Girl on the Porch. Oh, actually, no, I didn't talk about the content. So thank you for that. Yeah, they're dropping a super chat so that we'll look at the channel that we saw earlier, Girl on Her Porch. And so I will absolutely look at that, actually. I forgot. We didn't actually look at it. I just put it on the screen for a second so I could catch it. Pete grabbed the link, but they've got the handle for it now. So we'll put that up right after PK Adventure Travels in another moment. And then, yeah, I see what it was. Yeah, so thank you, Izzy Pop. And all this time, I never even thought to try that. I should have known. My vision, even with my glasses, is not what it used to be. So I never did catch the fact that that was a space at the beginning. Crystal Sparkle is up on the screen right now, and incredibly over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I think you said you're in New Orleans, which has to be exciting because we just had Mardi Gras, obviously, or they just had Mardi Gras. I've always thought that's like a, it's somewhere on the bucket list for seeing what's going on. I know things are different today than they would have been, obviously, 50 years ago or 100 years ago, where we seem to see things portrayed in TV and movies and everything else, but still a good time. Everybody around the world, you know, it's similar to St. Patrick's Day, which we just passed, and, you know, a few other things. Cinco de Mayo is going to come up. Forgive me if I pronounce that wrong. Hilda knows better than I do. But we can all celebrate with each other around the world with some of these things. Lots of people will have, pardon me, Mardi Gras parties and things like that. I'm not sure if that's what Crystal Sparkle went down there for, but I'm imagining, just because it was only a month ago, but I could be wrong. Crystal Sparkle actually goes to a lot of conventions, and a lot of these feature a lot of cosplay, a lot of My Little Pony. There are live performances here. There are panels of guests and charity auctions as well. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 3,100, 3,300, one over 18,000 though. And then, so if I say Cinco de Mayo, then that's not it, says Hilda DC. And then from Wisconsin, Crystal Sparkle will bring us live streams as well. I've been lucky to catch them many times. And this was a special one at New Year's. I didn't know there was anything like this out there. This is worth a watch for 15 minutes if you've never seen this before. If you don't recognize what's in that thumbnail, that's worth watching. But Crystal Sparkle, I appreciate always. Crystal Sparkle's been, like I said, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and she dropped a super chat, so we are looking at that channel right away. She's done that kind of thing countless times before. And yeah, hopefully you're having a safe time and ride home and everything else. If I'm not mistaken, I might have mistaken what I read in the chat earlier. I missed so much, and then I get the context of everything. Very much incorrect. Just a Girl on Her Porch. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Your channel's actually coming up right now, and then we'll look at PK Adventure Travels because they dropped a super chat for you as well.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Raymond Tacular Forever, I hope I said hello. And G Smoke 330, good to see you here. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. So Just a Girl on Her Porch is a friend, obviously, of PK Adventure Travels. So thank you for the extra generosity. And we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel afterwards. When we look at this channel, we see somebody who's working on their first 100 subscribers. Now, I don't usually, but I already subscribed to the channel. And then I took one of your videos and I put it into my watch later list. So that will allow me to... after the live stream, go through my watch later list, watch your video in full, leave a meaningful, genuine comment, give you a thumbs up, put the bell on, like I do for all creators. And then Brown Girl Bella's in the house, one of our longest standing members. She's been with us from the beginning, 4.5 years. She's one of our longest standing official members. As you can see, the colors of our tulip badges there, I put those out for the first day of spring today. They signify obviously the length of membership, and Brown Girl Bella's been there all this time as a silver member too. Actual matter of fact, we see her channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. So I'll look forward to getting to know Just a Girl on Her Porch. I'm just looking at the about section. I see you've got quite a bit of information there for us to go through. A few shorts on the channel have already started. We'll be looking forward to more videos as well. We'd love to push this channel a little bit farther towards that first 100. We know it's a important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. When we look at PK Adventure Travels, we see a couple of creators that are here with us every day.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then PK Adventure Travels, I say every day, they're here with us just about every time we stream, for which I'm grateful. When this channel first came into the Tuber Chat family a few months ago, I'm not sure if it's getting on 6 months yet, and forgive me because I make this mistake all the time, but I was taken away right away by their content because they do such a thorough job with things like ship tours. They're bringing us obviously travel and a lot of cruising on the channel, but they've got another segment here. Ryan has had me laugh a couple of times because the series that they're doing is basically a news segment, but it's lighthearted stories about usually the cruising industry. But they really do a thorough and considerate job with their tours, like I said. So it's a really enjoyable watch, in my opinion. We got lots of friends that are doing a lot of travel, a lot of cruising, talking about tours of the ships, room reviews, and amenities and excursions and things like that. But I just thought they did a really good job. You'll find the same thing when you get there. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views. I forgot about this. And that looks like a spacious room for a cruise ship. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they set these up well in advance. They're on every week. And let me just see what I can do about making sure I catch them. The next one is tonight. Yeah, tonight at 6:30. So we're going to go into a raid on our copyright-free music channel in about 40 minutes from now. Still lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Jerry's birthday is today from Butler Family Farm, so he's going to do a stream at 6 o'clock. But my guess is that PK Adventure Travels will still be on. For those of us who can watch more than one thing at a time, we can watch both. If not, we'll watch Jerry for a while and go over to PK Adventure Travels. Like I said, they're incredibly supportive creators. They're here with us just about every single stream. And this is one thing that I keep forgetting about because I don't pop out the about section every day. But yeah, always take the scenic route. You can understand how a lot of people would subscribe to that mentality, let's just say. So hopefully everybody will connect with these generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. And PK Adventure Travels is now working on 1,100 subscribers, obviously monetized. And UFO in Akron, Ohio, good to see you in the house. And forgive me if that's Akron instead of Akron. I'm in Canada, so that's my excuse for not being certain. Jody Genealogy, good to see you here. Six Bows is back, is another friend who's been with us from the beginning. Budgeting Like a Girl picked up that gifted membership. They were here earlier today. Maybe they'll come back. We'll see what happens. But Brown Girl Bella, I'm going to put your channel on the screen right away.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And Brown Girl Bella is somebody who's been with me actually long before Tuber Chat. I was going to say she's been with us from the beginning, but she's actually been connected to me personally on YouTube through my original channel long before Tuber Chat was even a channel or even a thought. She actually is inspirational in the creation of this channel because she was doing all the things that we've been doing all this time, even before I started. She's one of the creators that helped me learn about how we connect, the idea of watching videos in full, the importance of comments and things like that. So Brown Girl Bella is very versed in all things YouTube, but she does a really a remarkable job of branding on her channel. So one of the things that people might learn in marketing or entertainment or game development and things like that, storytelling, is the idea you really want to bring somebody into your world. And that's how you will feel when you get over to Brown Girl Bella, because even though she's friends, obviously now with over 5,000, viewers, and lots of those are creators and things like that, she still has her own individual community unlike anything else, and she's just done a masterful job at that from the very beginning. So now working on 5,300 subscribers. I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of even 3,000 and beyond. 3,000 seems to be a pretty telling marker, let's just say. When we look at Brown Girl Bella, she's going to do a lot of beauty, makeup. She continues that today. A lot of product reviews. And this creator does a lot of live streaming as well. She's live twice a week as a minimum. She does Sunday Sips as a series. The conversation can go anywhere there. And then Bella After Dark on Thursday, the conversation can get a little bit deeper. Those live streams, and she's been doing those for as long as I can remember, but I've caught her many times for those. Obviously, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and Brown Girl Bella is monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She posts frequently as well. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to either get or stay caught up with creators. And then she's got some shorts over here as well, and these have gotten now into 10,000 views and beyond, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Brown Girl Bella. Thank you again for that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And there's Budgeting Like a Girl. So I'm going to put them onto the screen, or onto the wheel right now. And Just Jason Keto and More is coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @ Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Just Jason Keto and More is another fellow Canadian. He's actually only a couple hours away from me, so we've met up a few times already. Maybe another one soon. Just Jason Keto and More is working on 5,700 subscribers now, which is great to see. When we look at this channel, we see that he's talking to us about healthy eating, healthy living. A keto-based diet or lifestyle is the real focus here. He's done a ton of recipes, and some of these are really starting to pop. And then he's got a lot of product reviews as well. And these can help us understand the ingredients that we're going to use or consume. He's got a lot of informative content, willing to literally head out hundreds of miles away to places like Keto-Palooza. He's got a lot of guests on his channel as well to share their life experience, their tips and tricks, their trials, their tribulations, and things like that. And when we look at a little bit of variety on the channel, occasionally he'll take us for an outdoor adventure. Or if he's traveling, he'll bring us outside as well. He's very known for these chaffle recipes, but he does tons of other recipes on the channel as well. By now, he's got to be approaching 100 chaffle recipes, but he's got plenty more. What I like about Jason's recipes more than anything else is the fact that they're simple and easy to make truly. Plus, they only feature a few ingredients, usually things that we already have in the house. So Just Jason Keto and More has got shorts on the channel as well. There's a hint here about healthy looking grilling shorts getting into 5,000, 6,000 views, one over 22,000. Then when we get into live streams, we see that he's live every Thursday night. I talked about that earlier, and with perfect consistency, or just about. Once in a while, he brings a surprise live stream where he's got cook along with a multicam setup, and he tries to mix those up as well. And sometimes he's got guests with him. There's Kendra again. We saw her earlier today. There's Anita. He's got a few other creators that have joined him for these live streams, and he's got a vibrant community that joins in the conversation when we have questions and comments during the streams as well. He premieres every Sunday also, and this is another product review he did recently where he did a thorough job. The product happens to be great in my opinion. I watched that thoroughly, but he did a great job. One of the things, and you'll notice this if you watch this video, I hope everybody, at least who does product reviews, will check this out. The reason why is because he did something not everybody's going to think about doing, but not just making one thing in this air fryer. He made two different things to show you a bit of variety. I just thought that was a great extra bit of effort, you know what I mean? Because we all know what it takes to film videos, and every little bit of effort matters, right? The traveling type, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Let's spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
I talk about moderators often here and my friendships with them, but how seriously I take that idea. Every moderator here has been a dear friend for a long time. They are all some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 8 years almost now on YouTube. And Michael's Adventures is somebody who goes over and above when it comes to the idea of helping others. He's the kind of creator that will reach out, let's say behind the scenes, and say, hey, who do you know that I can help? Who needs watch hours and things like that, where a lot of that goes unseen if I wasn't saying anything about it. Michael's Adventures working on 1,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. He posts every single day. This creator really does have 4,000 videos on his channel, and some of those are shorts yet to live stream, so you can imagine the work that's gone into that. A lot of trail cam type footage. He did a different kind of video the other day. I didn't see this one. I didn't realize these were two different ones. I'm going to put this one into my catch-up list so that I can make sure I catch that specific one. He's hard to keep up with because he posts every day, sometimes twice a day. Excuse me, occasionally even more. So you see he's got his videos done right up until a month from now, April 18th. He's already set up for even the 20th, I think even the 21st, if I didn't miss one there. And Michael's Adventures is going to bring us a lot of nature and wildlife videos, including raccoons, deer, foxes, opossums. He does bird watching on the channel. He takes us for outdoor adventures like this to give us a look around his area, stories to be told to go along with that. He's got a little bit of outdoor content in the shorts on the channel, and then he's got lottery ticket scratching along with a slot game that he continues to play on a phone or a tablet and shares with us. This particular shortcut into 6,300 views and beyond. Now, hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures. Obviously, he's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. Crafty Witch 232. And we'll put this creator up on the screen in another moment. What I'm going to do right now, though, is play another clip from our interview series. And these are videos, again, on the Tuber Chat channel now, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long in an interview style with a friendly conversation with some of the creators who've been with us almost from the beginning, many years, each of them. They know exactly what we're going through. They know exactly what we need to hear. Still part of the community and family today, but they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're the master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. Because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, oh, I can just look at a plane, or, oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video.
Okay.
We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people are probably going, no, it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great. But we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice.
All right, we're almost back. We're going to look at Crafty Witch 232. I put out a call out in the chat there to see if a couple people are still here. I know not everybody can, be here right to the end of the stream and all that, but I do remove names over the course of the stream. So Jesse Journals and Unboxes has been added to the wheel, and then Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is coming in. And I'll get that channel on the wheel right now. I'm going to start dropping the link. Budgeting Like a Girl's been put back on the wheel. Yeah, we always put members on the wheel whenever they're in the chat, Budgeting Like a Girl. So thank you for that. And here, everybody starts at 0. I started, it's been 8 years for me, and I promise you things are much different today than they were 8 years ago when I started. And there's been a lot of changes, and I don't want to say it's easy, but it's easier than ever before to do things like grow a channel, get monetized. We see it all the time here. And then I'm just going to drop the link here for the raid. And this is into our music channel for anybody who hasn't seen it already. All the same music that you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. We have a separate channel for that, and all the music's available on all the major music services like Spotify, Deezer, Apple, iTunes, and everything else. Diamond Painting with Coco, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in, and I'll pin that link so everybody can get there. It's a live stream with the chat ready to roll. Anybody can hop over there anytime. I'll leave Tuber Chat running for an extra 3 minutes after we get through a handful more channels so that everybody can clean up their connections here, but that gives us an extra hour to keep connecting the way we are here, and that channel has a stream. It's almost like a virtual nightclub. We got music playing, there's a video game going, we can participate in the chat, and people filter in and out of there, and it can be a lot of fun for an hour, and then we'll go over to Butler Family Farm. So Crafty Witch 232 is bringing us a lot of creativity, and they tell us about the different things they're going to bring on their channel in their About section. But what I've seen from them most often is the 3D printing and crochet that they're mixing together. They do this both in videos and in shorts. Some of these have done really well, up to 10,000 views and beyond, as a matter of fact. And then they've got some live streams here as well, and they've been live frequently. So forgive me, I got to step away. I'm not going to turn the I'll leave the channel on the screen, and I'll be right back. It won't be 3 minutes. Pardon me for that. Kristen and I both work from home, so there's always a lot going on around here. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. It's a fast break. I wanted to, not put the screen off again. And then the Mukbang Show with Kid Wonder. This is another creator who's been with me for as long as Brown Girl Bella, who I was talking about earlier. Over 5 years now, connected originally on my personal channel. And the funny thing about Kid Wonder here is that this creator was so supportive in the beginning of setting up Tuber Chat as a channel. If you can imagine, almost 5 years ago, that he was the first creator to be selected out of the Tuber Chat family to be featured on episode number 2. So you can imagine, after 800 episodes of Tuber Chat, he's still coming around and supporting. He's got usually a couple of memberships, as a matter of fact, which is far over and above when it comes to the idea of supporting, but I am grateful, of course. The Mukbang Show with Kid Wonder, obviously he's going to do a lot of food reviews here on this channel, and most of us will recognize a lot of the different franchises that are seen. He's got a couple of shorts here and live streams on the channel as well. It's been a while since he's posted on this channel, but let me just show you another one. Kid Wonder and Rosie's. Let's see what comes up here. Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder. They've got a handful of channels between them actually now over the years. And I'll talk about the content here in a second. Oh, and that's a question from Cruising on the High Seas and Travel Rob about cruising, for anybody that's got a travel channel in the chat. Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonders, pure variety. This is Kid Wonder's original channel, now over 21,000 subscribers. And a lot of times we just get to know Kid hanging out. He might take us for outdoor adventures, some video gameplay on the channel, lots of StreamYard panels, and they've got a handful of channels, like I said, between them. Shorts over here. Oh, look at that Mac. Oh, I love Mac. Someday, you know what's far on the bucket list as like a guilty pleasure waste of money for somebody like myself. I would want to get a Macintosh, like one of those originals, and they've got them online, but my dear goodness, do they ever get more expensive every day. But that's looks like an original. I don't know why it's green. I'll have to watch that short video. But when I see those nostalgic original Macintoshes from 1984, I get excited. Far too much, I guess. Kid Wonder's got live streams here as well. It could be StreamYard panels, chance to get to know Kid and Rosie. And then I'll just show you one more channel because they've got a gaming and live stream channel. And I've joined Kid on this channel. They've got more channels than this, but I've joined him here playing actually that pool game that you see, this 8-ball pool. It's just something that I happen to play on my phone for many, many years. And then I noticed he was doing it. And we joked for a while, and I said one of these days we should play. And then I caught him right at the beginning of a live stream. So if you search Tuber Chat on his channel, you'll be able to see us mop the floor with each other there for an hour. And then he plays other games on the channel and does a bit more variety. So hopefully everybody will connect with Kid Wonder and Rosie on all of their channels. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Embarkation Nation, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. They're longtime friends as well. And let's spin the wheel. I'll get our link again for our raid. And that will be ready to start shortly. That will run itself, actually. That, pardon me, music stream will start on its own. And then we'll go over there right after Tuber Chat. And we still got a few minutes, actually, so we don't really have to rush. And then when we look at Izzy Pop, so let me get to them by their link, maybe. I bet if I type in Izzy Scott, it'll come up. But for right now, just in the effort of saving time, I'll just put their channel up. So Izzy Pop has changed their banner and avatar now, and their name and everything else. This creator's been known to go through a few changes on the channel, but always been known for these elaborate graphics. And they tell us on the channel that they're going to help us with design, talking about a lot of the tools and technologies that are available to us. I see that they've got another video here from yesterday. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get or stay caught up with them. They've got monetization, of course, so lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on the channel have gotten now into 500 views and almost 600. Oh, pardon me, you missed a very loud and violent sneeze. And Izzy Pop has got on the way towards 600 on this shorts video. It looks like you've been putting more shorts out too, right? And then live streams on the channel. So they're live frequently. And the graphics here are really unbelievable. They've always been known for these elaborate graphics, like I said. Hopefully I'll catch you for another stream. It's been, well, last week, I guess. And then monetized, of course. They're working on 1,800 subscribers. So a while back, they had actually reset and restarted. So it's great to see. And then, oh, Sweet Melissa Coastal Girl 707 is still in the house. I took a few names off the wheel a while ago. Let's spin.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And then Jesse Journals and Unboxings is somebody who's been with us from the beginning. I got Nancy Perrin Ministries on the wheel as well. Diamond Painting with Coco. Forgive me, I thought you'd been here once before. That's why I didn't give you my whole speech about being brand new. But hopefully you're feeling welcome like I mentioned in that clip there. And our instructions are always in our video description so you can get an idea of how to connect with people so those connections stick. And the focus in this community, obviously, is on the friendships that are made between creators. The idea you hear in the stories that I tell about supporting each other literally for months and maybe even years. When we look at Jesse Journals and Unboxes, we see somebody who's not new here. She's been here from the beginning, about 4.5 years. She is working on 2,400 subscribers. She's changed up her content just the smallest bit. She used to unbox anything and everything. She continues a bit of that today. It could be subscription services. She might bring us a haul from something like Amazon or Temu here. And then she's gotten into a lot of journaling and collages lately. So a lot of the crafting supplies are the things that have taken focus here. Now, when we look at shorts on her channel, she features a lot of the things that she finds in her unboxing videos, like bath and beauty products, jewelry, stationery, more craft supplies, snacks even make the cut here. And she's been at this for a long time, like I said. What she does is brings us the unboxing videos and then shows us the things that she makes with things like crafting supplies and stationery and things like that. She also does live streams occasionally, and she does a great job of keeping up with the chat. But this is another channel I believe I referenced earlier talking about the idea that they bring us the idea that they do a great job of keeping up with the chat. They can go live whenever they want, and it doesn't matter how long they are in between. They always have a vibrant chat going on, very fast-paced and very high energy. So I hope everybody will connect with this incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, Jesse Journals and Unboxes. And then I'm going to get our Georgia Suburban Homestead up with their 2 channels because they just dropped a super chat.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then I bring it every day. That's Kelly. Good to see you in the house. She's live every day. And then our Georgia Suburban Homestead is with us frequently. Hadgeways is in the house bringing us travel. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead is going to bring a lot of outdoor content, but she does bring us into her home as well. A couple of new videos here. I see I'm falling behind. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up at least. And then they're working on 1,400 subscribers. They want to encourage us to grow our own food even if we're in a residential neighborhood, and they've got a comedic description of why they say that in their about section. Then they've got shorts on the channel that feature more of the same, mostly outdoors, occasionally inside, and these have gotten into almost 6,000 and won over 10,000 views. Then they've got live streams on the channel as well. They've got one coming up in a few days. And when we look at our Georgia Suburban Homestead, we know that they've got another channel called I Died NDE. And the NDE stands for near-death experiences, and they're not just talking about themselves. They're looking for other people to share their stories on this channel. They're working on the first 100 subscribers, but they have got interesting stories to tell, and hopefully people will reach out to them so we can get a few interview style videos going on here, or streams. I Died NDE, obviously the same creator behind our Georgia Suburban Homestead, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. TB's Life is still here. Stephanie A., good to have you in the house. I'm going to get you on the wheel right away. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, along with moderators. And TB's Life was our featured channel for today, so it's the first one that we looked at. I feature a different channel every day at the beginning of the stream, just so you can get introduced to generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters, even when we're not live streaming, because they're featured on our thumbnails as well. Cruising on the High Season Travel is Rob. He's another fellow Canadian, only from a couple hours away from me. We might be meeting up in another month or so. This creator does a lot of travel-based content. Lately, a lot of food reviews, and I recognize almost everything I see because we're so close in the region, let's just say. I'm just going to grab his latest video here, put it in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. We got a fun name for that, but playlist can be a great tool for keeping or getting caught up. And he's got lots of premieres. He set these out in advance, and he's got one coming up today, actually later tonight. So we'll be looking forward to that, knowing there'll be fresh content on the channel. Shorts over here have gotten into now 1,800, over 2,400 views, mostly outdoors, featuring Rob himself, and then live streams on the channel as well. He sets these out in advance, usually talking travel more than anything else. So hopefully everybody will connect with Cruising on the High Season Travel. Keep in mind, we always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel. And I'm talking about live streams and premieres. That just gives us the best chance to catch each other as often as possible. Nancy Perrin Ministries is coming up.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then we are looking at Nancy Perrin Ministries. This is a creator that's going to bring us spiritual inspiration, as she mentions on her banner. And then when we look at her About section, she's got a little bit more information there. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. It's already been a couple of weeks here. And then when we look at shorts on this channel, a lot of outdoor content, a bit of variety here, but still more spiritual inspiration, getting into 1,300 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. And this creator is live frequently, so I caught her a week and a half ago. Hopefully I'll catch you again shortly. Obviously we see a bit of passion coming through with that spiritual inspiration as well. Nancy Perrin Ministries is fairly new in the Tuber Chat family. She's been with us many months, but just been here a handful of times now, so it's a channel I'm still getting to know, but hopefully everybody will connect with them and push them towards the 1,200 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. And then Stephanie A. is coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Might have to get to Stephanie A. by their link. I see BDBGP is in the house. Good to have you here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And Stephanie A., I'll grab your link for now, and then I'll put it in the chat for everybody so that we can make sure we get to this channel. So this creator's a member, and I'm unsure. I'm just curious, Stephanie, if you're going to put content out on the channel. But we'll drop the link right now so anybody can connect, and then we'll be ready for you when you do have content. It'll give you a head start. I'm just going to go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. They're working on their first 100 subscribers, but we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards it. We know 100 is an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And then we'll spin the wheel, and it looks like we're going to be looking at That's a close one. I am Betty J. Gathers.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So it won't be today, little Lego. We're just coming up on the 3-hour mark right now, and we're going to go over to the music channel for another hour. Let me drop the link for that one more time. I am Betty J. Gathers is on the screen right now, and this creator is bringing some brand new content to us shortly. She's always been known for bringing us content that kind of talks about living her best life over 60, although I find that all of her content can relate to just about anybody. She's monetized lots of ways to support her, including Super Chats, memberships when we get there. She's been with us from the beginning, about 4.5 years now. She has done a lot of vlogging in the past, bringing us a real look into her life, actually, both indoors, outdoors, and on the road. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see that this creator's posted an abundant number of shorts. She literally did 365 in a year, and she continues these now, getting into 13,000 and 15,000 views on a few of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. She was challenged by Crystal Sparkle, who was here earlier, to do the 12 days of interviews, and she did, and I joined her for one of those, for which I was grateful. There's Crystal right there and lots of other familiar faces. I am Betty J. Gathers, is always smiling, always laughing, always motivating, always inspiring, and we had a great time talking. Actually, I talked earlier. I talk every day now when she's here. Well, she's here every day, but I talk about the interview that we did because it gave me a chance to really get into depth with a couple of the things we talk about with YouTube that I don't get to talk about in depth here, just because of our time restrictions, if that makes any sense. And then Little Lego's going to celebrate a 2-year anniversary tomorrow. Little Lego's another creator who's here with us frequently, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Rob with Cruz Brothers, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I wonder if that's a creator we already know or a brand new channel. And then when I spin the wheel, we're going to see Budgeting Like a Girl coming in right now. I am Betty J. Gathers, keep in mind, is one of our longest standing members and happens to be our newest moderator in the Tuber Chat family as well, for which I'm grateful that she's offered to do that. And let me make sure this is our correct Budgeting Like a Girl. I didn't realize this is only the first time we're having this channel on the screen. I thought we'd seen them before. When we look at this creator, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. So what I'm going to do is take their latest video. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch their video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and hopefully they have our notification bell on as well now so they don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then forgive me for the channels that we did not get to today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend here. The music stream is hopefully going. I think it is. And what I'm going to do is, pardon me, I'm going to talk about Coastal Girl 707 in a quick second. But like I said, please forgive me for the channels we didn't get to today. Some days we're able to get to almost everyone. Some days we're able to get to everyone. Today was a bit of a surprise. But I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. And I know we got, like I said, some people who run the stream in the background. Most of us understand these live streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for the help of our moderators. So I hope everybody will connect with them. Also, no, don't kick them, connect with them. There's 2 pineapples hanging out. Lou, thank you for being there. He's often lurking, but he's from our original episode, our original first episode of our interview series that I talk about all the time, and that channel continues to just explode. They have got a 24-hour live stream. They've been doing that for years now. Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707, brings us unboxing and product review videos. She lets us know in our About section she's actually a member of a lot of product review and testing sites, and I can tell you right now, Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707, you've inspired me personally to even go and start seeking out some of this stuff as well, for the purpose of putting out more content on, let's say, my personal channel. But she's been at this for a long time, so she brings the product reviews and tests onto her channel, and she posts frequently. She unboxes and reviews just about everything that you could possibly think of here, including household products. She might be doing tools. She might be collaborating with somebody else, beauty products and things like that as well. So even Happy Mail videos on this channel. She's working on 400 subscribers. I see that she just got one right now. Shorts on the channel getting into 2,100 views, one over 7,100, and then live streams on the channel also. And we'll hopefully catch you for one of these. She did one just a month ago, and like I said earlier in the stream, she's usually out supporting all over the place. I run into her regularly, so hopefully everybody will connect with Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707. We'll make a quick exit, head over to the music channel. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and I hope we see you over there. Bye bye everyone.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.